Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Felicia. This is Jersey Wife, Jersey Life, if this is your first time here. And this is my beautiful Monstera deliciosa. I've had this plant for almost a year now. I got it at a local nursery here in North Jersey. And I've been thinking about propagating this plant. As you can see, well, when I purchased this plant, it had a number of leaves that, were beautiful, had a ton of fenestration as you see here, but there were also a few not so pretty leaves. Some leaves that were ripped, some leaves that had, some sun damage. Here's a leaf here that was ripped. So I wanted to just kind of cut these not so pretty leaves and maybe propagate it. But I found, and as many of you guys probably already know, when you are propagating, you want to make sure that you have some aerial roots, similar to what I'm showing you here. And then if you are going to propagate a plant with the aerial root, you want to make sure you cut it at least an inch below that aerial root. So here I'm just trying to find some places in the center where I can cut, and I think I found a spot right here. If I were to cut this particular leaf, it'll give me 2 stems and that aerial root, so I think I'll be in a pretty good position. So I'm just going to jump right into it. I have my shears, and I'm just going to cut, as I mentioned before, an inch below the aerial root. So here's my clipping. Again, there's 2 stems on there and that aerial root. I probably could have snipped it just a smidge shorter, but it's fine. It shouldn't do any harm or foul if I just leave it as is. And you'll also notice that I had a time stamp on there. You can probably also see the date there on my watch, but I'm starting this process on April 30th, so definitely take a note of that. And I also want you to take a note of where I cut the plant as well. You'll see why later. So I'm just gonna grab my vase. I got this vase from Target. It was like 10 bucks. I filled it a quarter of the way with some water, and I'm just gonna plop the plant in there, and then we'll see what happens. Again, this is April 30th, and we'll see how this progresses. I'm just giving you a close-up shot of what we're looking like. So it's been about 2 weeks since I cut my propagation, and we have some roots, people. So that aerial root did get a little longer, and there's a root there off to the side that's starting to grow. And I'm going to bring you guys in just a little bit closer. If you can see there on the aerial root, let me bring it in just a little bit closer. So on that aerial root, you'll notice some little nubs on there. There's about, I think, like 3 to 4 of them. Make a note of that, because that is where we're going to see some more roots grow later on. It's now about a week later, and I wanted to take a look at what the roots are looking like. As you can see, remember where those original nubs were on the aerial root? They have since started to grow as expected. So this is what it's looking like, just flipping it over to the other side. So happy to see so much progress in such a short amount of time. I'm back again. It's only been a couple days, but I just wanted to show you something really exciting that happened. Here are the roots. Yes, they have grown just a little bit. It's only been a couple of days, but I wanted to show you something really cool that I just noticed this morning. We have a new leaf growing, people. So exciting. I've seen this in other videos, and I'm so excited to see a new leaf growing from my propagation. I wanted to give you guys an update on my original Monstera, the mother plant. There's a few new leaves that have since sprouted since I clipped it. This one here is new, very beautiful, has the fenestration on here. It opened up fully maybe like a couple days ago. Kind of took its time opening up. So this is a new leaf here, and these new leaves aren't a result of me propagating it, they were on their way to sprouting. Here's another new leaf that's finally opening up. Has some fenestration on there, not a lot, but some. So beautiful. I love the new leaves, like, because I just love the color, the little lime green color. It is really nice. And then here's another new leaf that just sprouted. Now, what I wanted to show you guys in particular is the area where I propagated this plant. Let me zoom in if you haven't already noticed it. I just noticed this a couple days ago. You see that? It's actually sprouting a new leaf. Not directly where I made the cut there at the top, but on the side. And I've seen this in other videos where people would mention whenever they would propagate their Monstera plants, sometimes it would sprout a new leaf in that area. So I thought that was pretty cool to see. So I'm gonna keep an eye on that and see what it becomes. My assumption is that it's a new leaf, but we'll see. I just thought that was really cool, and it is growing. When I first noticed it, it was a little smaller than that. So I'm excited to see what happens, so stay tuned. As far as the propagation, this is what we're looking like as of today. So that new leaf is getting much bigger. I'm really excited that it's growing another leaf. I was really excited to see that. Let me take it out of the jar so you can see it clearly. You see that? Really cool. And then here are the roots. There's the original little stub, and the name of this thing is escaping me right now. I'll leave it on the screen. And yeah, this is what it looks like. What I would have done differently, I probably would have cut the nub a little bit shorter, but it's fine. It's clearly not doing it any harm. But I'm really excited about this. I remember I was so nervous to cut my Monstera plant, but it actually turned out to be really great. And it's also proving to be a pretty easy plant to propagate. So if you guys have a Monstera, don't be afraid to chop it up and make a new plant. This one is not really showing any signs just yet of pushing out a new leaf, but we will see what happens, because look at this one. So exciting. Hi everyone, so I'm back again with another propagation update. We've just recently gotten back from vacation, and the third leaf was here to greet us. So we now have 3 leaves on this propagation. As you saw, we started off with 2, and check out the roots. Yes, those are the roots. The roots have just like exploded, I feel. You can see like the thicker roots, those are the roots that were already there, and then the thinner roots are fairly new. But this is what we're looking like, you guys. And you know what? I think I'm just gonna leave it in the water just a little while longer. I'm trying to decide whether I want to place it in soil and have a second plant or leave it in water. We have some changes, and well, I shouldn't say changes, but we have some exciting things coming our way in the next few months. So I want to make sure my plants are ready for all the excitement, and I just don't want to do anything that would cause them any distress. But this is what we're looking like. Let me move it from here and give you a better view. So here we are. I moved it to this white wall so you guys can have a better idea of what it looks like. But here are the roots. Oops. Oh my gosh, this is insane. Insane. This is so crazy. Who knew Monstera propagation was this easy? I always thought that, you know, the pothos plant had the easiest propagation results, but this is amazing. Amazing. And I'm sure I put little time and date stamps on the video so you can see exactly how long it's been. And now here's our new leaf. It has a little bit of fenestration on there, not too much, but we have 3 leaves, and I'm really excited about this. And then here is what the cut piece looks like. So hopefully you can see it, but This is where I cut the plant right here in the spot, and this leaf right here in front of my fingers, it's practically grown a new stem. Now this seems to be a pretty slow growth, which is to be expected. I don't anticipate this will turn into something like this for quite a while, but I'm glad to see that there's some movement there. So I'm really excited about this.